Here, Buckeyes battle cry. So the last video we made was about the possibility that a notice of allegations would be presented from the NCAA to Michigan football regarding the sign stealing scandal. So let's recap. As you all remember, the big news broke come October that former Michigan staff member Connor Stallions had been to over 30 Big Ten games for in-person scouting. So what we have now is we haven't seen a notice of allegations. What we've seen is a draft.
Yeah.
And in that draft, it was saying that, 7 staff members were a part of it. Confirmed names: Denard Robinson, Mike Hart, Sherrone Moore. And basically, what could happen with Sherrone Moore? I mean, he's at the forefront. He's been outlined as a possible repeat offender, but as of now, he's looking at a suspension, possibly. And if he's labeled as a repeat offender,
That's
that can go a lot further.
It could be a lot further. This Pete Thamel article dropped on ESPN yesterday, sending the college football world into a heyday and panic. And a lot of people got excited, especially Buckeye and Spartan fans. And Thamel came on Get Up ESPN this morning and kind of said he doesn't expect a postseason ban, but what might come is most likely suspensions. Now, obviously, I'm hoping for potential scholarship reduction. 5 scholarships is what I'm looking for. Nothing too major to really cripple the program, but it is interesting that these names are implicated. The lone wolf theory, the Connor Stallions was just doing this on his own. He was crazy, got the manifesto, all this stuff. It's proven that there's 7 people involved in the Michigan staff, whether they're grad assistants, whether they're analysts, or whether they're on the full-time staff for the Wolverines. And that is far more damaging for Michigan than they could have ever hoped.
And the other damaging piece is that it has been confirmed by the NCAA that Connor Stallions was indeed on the Central Michigan sideline when they were playing Michigan State, and the Central Michigan coach, what's his
Jim
name?
McElwain, yeah,
Yeah, Jim McElwain. He has fired
his
their quarterback coach because he was with Stallions at Michigan at a
Yep,
certain point in time. So that's another suspicious thing. And going back to Sherrone Moore,
sure.
he it was found that he had deleted
Oof.
52 text messages exchanged between him and Connor Stallions. Now,
The,
if you have nothing to hide and there's no wrongdoing, why get rid of the text messages?
and why do
So
it that day, the day the news broke about the investigation? That's suspect.
now I'm going to remind you that I made a video saying that we all need to forget about the sign stealing scandal and move on. But the NCAA won't allow us. But here's what Peter and I think are going to happen. So after Pete Thamel, caused a lot of panic within the college football world, he he announced today on ESPN that Michigan isn't
Yeah, Get Up
sweating
show.
over the possible punishment of these actions. He's pretty sure they're going to get a slap on the wrist. So that tells me what our suspicion. It confirms our suspicions that the ultimate goal was to run Jim Harbaugh out of college football, and that's exactly what happened. After he finally brought Michigan back to the promised land with a national championship, the first one in 25, 26 years, he is now with the Los Angeles Chargers, and he brought a lot of the Michigan staff with him. So
Four members.
who's to say that I didn't say, hey, you either have 2 options. You can leave, go to the NFL, and we can make this punishment as least as possible. Or you stay, you gamble, and we'll throw the book at you.
Well, it's interesting because Jim Harbaugh has obviously stonewalled the investigation, and even still up to this point. And he's in the NFL. He has no longer reason to comply anyway. But last year, when this broke, he would not release his cell phone to the investigators. He would not release his laptop or computers to the NCAA investigators. He completely stonewalled them. And now today, he commented for the very first time on this SignGate allegations. He released this quote. He said, "I do." Oh shoot, I just lost it there. I never lie, never steal, never cheat. I was raised this way, and my parents taught me this way, and I teach every football team that I've ever coached this way. I do not have any kind of knowledge of this, and I didn't. I was involved in the lease gate in the
Here,
lease bit. It's
here's
crazy.
the here's the thing, though. He mentions being raised by his parents a certain way. We were all raised by our parents a certain way. It doesn't mean we always followed what was taught. So, I think
Sure,
that's I don't know, in a way that could be like, actually no, it couldn't be
it's
an
it's
admission of guilt, but in
it's
a
it's
way.
it's certainly avoiding responsibility and accountability in any manner, and it's interesting because if he had nothing to hide, why would he not cooperate with the investigators? That's kind of my theory. And why do we have those videos that he was standing next to Connor, next to Harbaugh, and feeding stuff to both Minter and Harbaugh during the Ohio State games in 2022? So
And here's the other thing. How can you possibly still call Jim Harbaugh a Michigan man? A Michigan man would not leave their program going into a possible state that it is. And that, there may be less punishment, but there's still shame.
his shame, he's brought embarrassment to the program. He's brought this to his doorstep. And so, our take is like, listen, nothing most likely is going to be removed from 21 to 23. Okay. And so that was our whole point of moving on because that is in the past and there's nothing we can do about that to rectify that, us as Buckeye fans. And so what we need to do is focus on the field moving forward instead of hoping and praying that stuff's going to come down. Because Thamo pretty much confirmed it on Get Up ESPN today that no postseason bans are coming. Vacated wins are not on the table. And that sucks as a Buckeye fan, of course. But like we said, there's nothing we can do about the past. We can march forward and stomp them back into obscurity from now. And that's Day's mission this year. So we'll see what happens. Any other thoughts, Rob, before we conclude this video? What punishment do you think might happen, or what might come about, if anything?
I think at the end of the day, the NCAA got their ultimate goal
They got
was to
they got their pound of flesh,
drive.
right?
Yep, to drive Jim Harbaugh out of college football for good. Because if he comes back, there could be I'm pretty sure it was outlined that there could be a possible punishment for him waiting. So
Yeah, a show cause was put on him. Most likely will be put on him once the allegations are officially delivered and confirmed. And of course, the level 1 and level 2 violations for Moore and these other staff members, as well as Harbaugh. And so those are things that affect possible future jobs or future hirings away from them. But ultimately, it seems like Michigan is going to get away with this, and that's disgusting to us as Buckeye fans. But we march forward. We don't make excuses of why we lost. We take it on the chin and we move forward. Hopefully, the Buckeyes will take care of business down November 30th in Columbus this year. They have everything in front of them. It's up to them. It's a 3-game season, but ultimately comes down to that Michigan game and obviously making a run in the playoffs as well. But it's all about beating Michigan on the field and taking matters into our own hands. So that's going to do it for us today here on Buckeyes Battle Cry. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Just wanted to share our thoughts on the latest from Thamel and Ballas and all that's going on in the college football world. We're just a couple weeks from kickoff, and we cannot wait. Countdown is on. The clock is on. And we're definitely tuning in to Stallions Netflix documentary, but we don't think much will be revealed in that. It's going to be
It's
pro propaganda from
so
Michigan.
right when I saw that Dave Portnoy was being
Yeah.
interviewed, it's going to be extremely biased. Nothing,
Oh, totally.
nothing damning is going to come to light. And by the way, Michigan fans, they wanna talk about how they're the victims, how it's only Ohio State fans. Well, I got some news for Michigan fans. You're not as popular as you think, and your reactions to any damning evidence coming
No.
out about SignGate, and you basically refuting it, saying, "Oh, it's fake news."
Deny.
Deny. Yeah, definitely deny. It's making them look extremely smug, and the hypocrisy is real. Coming from Michigan fans calling out Ohio State fans for being interested in this, because I'm pretty sure during Tattoo Gate, there was a lot of there was a lot of chatter
There's a lot
that,
of vitriol.
oh, Ohio State should get the death penalty. I mean, even what was it that Desmond Howard said? Didn't he say if Jim Tressel decides to go to the NFL, couldn't he
He needs to
possibly
be,
be
yeah,
suspended? So
suspended.
just a lot of hypocrisy and smugness from the Michigan side. Apparently, their program can do no wrong, even when the evidence is right in front of their faces.
Yeah. Well, that's the true reality. Michigan fans are showing their true colors, and we'll see what happens in terms of allegations when they actually get delivered, and we'll see what happens with Sherrone Moore. Can he keep the boat afloat? We don't think so, but we'll find out together. And so we're
Yeah,
excited to have you guys here, and we appreciate you joining in for this video and this chat. What do you guys think below? What's going to happen to Michigan? Are they going to get away with this? Should they get away with this? Should they be punished? Comment down below what you guys think, and we'd love to hear from you. Go Bucks and God bless. Have a great day, guys.